I woke up as heavy as lead. An ocean of worry weighs me down in bed. But there's things to do, there's a life to live. Must ignore my stupid head. Friends float above in the wind. Bright balloons pulling them up while they grin. Cause there's things to do, there's a life to live. Must ignore the things I think. It's like walking around with a stone for a heart. People swimming in honey as your life falls apart. It's cold and it's dark and there's no way out. I felt like you once, I wish I could shout. It's like walking around with a stone for a heart. People swimming in honey as your life falls apart. It's cold and it's dark and there's no way out. I felt like you once, I wish I could shout. You never can undo the brain. Now it knows of the holes that will fall as it's trained. Cause there's things to do, there's a life to live. Watch them laugh while you stay in the rain.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you climb down. I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone. Sympathy is, ooh, it's bad, no, you want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with at least. And we do it all the time, because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
Hi, everybody. Today's Success Shorty is about jealousy in the workplace. So a senior manager wrote in, what do I do when another senior manager on the team feels threatened by me? I feel the knives in my back. One thing I need to tell you is that oftentimes threats and jealousy in the workplace are less about you and more about them. But here's a couple of ideas for you. First, collaborate and partner with them. Ask their opinion and ideas. And then, second, when you get to the meeting, include them as you present those ideas. So you may say something like, Sue and I were just talking about this idea, and then present the idea. So she's included and given credit. And that's the third thing, give credit. Shine the light. Look for those opportunities to admire, appreciate, and acknowledge that other person. And maybe that fear will start to be managed as they see that you're not out to get them. It's a challenging environment, and you can only feel good about how you react and respond in those situations. If you found this valuable, please like it, tweet it, share it, post it, and keep those questions. Almost every business decision we make on a daily basis is based on emotions. We feel choice A is better than choice B. Therefore, many times we make our choices based on what our emotions or gut feelings are telling us. People need to have the self-awareness of their own emotions and the origins to understand themselves better, their motivations, fears, limitations, and strengths. It's also extremely important for people to be in touch with their emotions when working in teams. But just as important is their ability to work with empathy, to imagine a problem or situation from another perspective, to stand in somebody else's shoes. Being attuned to other people's emotions and concerns is even more significant today when teams are cross-cultural and businesses are global, thus increasing the complexity of interactions and how emotions are expressed. Emotional intelligence is quite simply the ability to understand, express, and manage your own emotions, develop and maintain good social relationships, and think clearly and solve problems under pressure. Try this simple exercise. Recall a recent incident you would describe as stressful. Visualize yourself as an observer, not a participant, almost like you are looking down on the situation from above. As you shift from the role of the participant to the observer, notice the corresponding shift in your emotional state. This self-awareness, now freed of its emotional charge, will help you clearly see how you are impacted by the situation and how you are impacting others. All too often, there's very little emphasis placed on building soft skills or emotional intelligence in schools or workplaces. So where does one learn how to hone these soft skills? The Leading with Emotional Intelligence course is an essential leadership program which helps students, corporate professionals, and entire organizations realize their full potential and improve their relationships with others. In this Leading with Emotional Intelligence program, we work through the EQI 2.0 model developed by Multi Health Systems, which consists of 15 emotional intelligence competencies, including some of the following. Self-regard, the ability to accept yourself for who you are, warts and all. Assertiveness, the ability to say, in a non-offensive way, what you need to say when you need to say it. Social responsibility, the ability to give back, to be helpful. Impulse control, the ability to resist or delay an impulse, drive, or temptation to act. And flexibility, the ability to transition your emotions from one state to another. The only way to strengthen your 15 emotional intelligent competencies is to work them. Just like strengthening your biceps, the only way you can build these competencies is if you practice working them. If you want stronger biceps, you do more curls. Well, in a sense, if you want stronger emotional muscles, you do the exercises you need to in order to improve them. This Leading with Emotional Intelligence program provides the necessary tools to 1. Perceive, express, and manage your own emotions. 2. Be aware of others' feelings and help establish strong relationships. And 3. Use the information provided by your emotions to act appropriately in the face of daily challenges. The more you understand your emotions as well as others, the better your professional and personal lives will be.